So I'm putting the high heat paint on, which I will bake. So let's see what it does. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel again. Today again we're on the 250. You can see we're very close to starting the engine. I want to fill it with oil and water to see if it leaks first, and then if there isn't any issues, then we can go ahead and try and run it. So stick with me today and let's see how far we go. Right, let's put some oil into the crank. I'm using old, well, it's new, but an old mount, and I literally just want to run the oil through the gearbox, lubricate everything, and also then I'm going to drain it out. You drain it out, it cleans any dirt or any rubbish that would sit inside, comes out, and then you can put the fresh oil in. Again, another little tip, the spark plug that comes with the bike, even though it looked all grubby, you want to check to see what the filament is like on the end and what wear there is on that. And this spark plug was always in fairly good condition. I had painted over it, and I've just cleaned it off. This is one of those fancy ones with a small element. They're about 20 pounds each, so that's going to save. It produces a good enough spark, so we use that one. Another area that you can save quite a bit is these copper washers that go on the water pump or the sump or whatever. What happens is over time, when you compress them, they take the shape of the bolt. As you can see, there's not a lot of deformation, but there's enough to reseat it should you put it back on just like this. So just put it on a sandpaper, something really flat. There we go. So the first part is just to flush out the system. I did media blast a lot of stuff, and I don't want any of that grit inside the water pump. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to check two things. We're going to check to see whether this thing is watertight and that the radiators don't have any hidden leaks. I did try and test them, but it's very difficult without plugs and so on. So we're going to test that, fill it up if we can, drain it out, and then I'm going to put vinegar in, and I'm going to top it up to the top. It's a half 50 water, 50 white wine vinegar, and we'll just leave it for a few hours and then drain that out. That should clean out all the chalk stuff that we've got there, which reduces the efficiency of the cooling system. But first, some coffee. Oh. Right, what do we have here? All right, let's fix that. Try again. Yeah, what happened was this just got smacked. Okay. Well, there you see it for yourself. That's what comes out of a flush. One flush. We're going to put in 300 vinegar and then 300 of water to 600. All right. Let that magic vinegar do its work. It's brilliant stuff. Let's drain this oil. So that tells me a few things. There's no water getting into the oil. You can see this is why it's so important to drain through some oil. Normally it's a refill is 800, but on a overall it's 850 according to the manual, so we'll put in 850. So far it seems dry, but we leave it overnight. Let's inspect. I'm going to inspect this throttle cable. We're looking for any fraying or bad kinking. But this looks good, albeit a little stiff, and I'm going to put some fluid down there now. You can see it's a little stiff. I put some fast release penetrant and not WD-40 because this stuff is, I'm hoping, will evaporate, because what is inside is a Teflon sleeve, right? And it's self-lubricating, and generally the problem is only around the end. I can already feel a vast improvement. Right now I'm going to just go and clean this up, get this presentable. There we go. So I'm going to do the same thing with the clutch because it's exactly the same condition. It's very good, just a bit grubby, so we're going to give that a clean. The cable runs through there and down through there. So I'm going to get myself a long shrink wrap with a 10, maybe 12mm inside diameter. And I'm going to run it along this entire route to stabilize this cable, but the cable itself is fine. I'm going to put that there temporarily, see how we get on. Well, there's a horrible job done. Now you can see there's absolutely no play there. So we're good to go. So these are 17 bellows. The originals would have been probably 13 or 14, so we three more. They're just impossible to find the exact ones, but these will do nicely. They're not fine. These bellows on the original RMs were quite exaggerated, And so these are good. I'll definitely be happy with these. Nice motocross tires. Just fitted the brake line, so that all fits fine. All this is now locked in. These covers will come off. I'm going to do this with the parts of the plastic side, so that's all done. Exhaust pipe is in, engine is in. I have got a tiny leak here. You'll see it's coming out of the water pump side. It's very small, but it is nonetheless a leak. But I've got a feeling it's such a slight leak, it might seal itself up. The boots are on now, so, oh yes, of course, I've got to figure a way of fixing this. So I've got to make a jig to hold that tight, because these things are super, super strong, as you'd expect. But yeah, I'm all hooked up, ready to go. Yeah, I'm pleased so far. It's looking good. There we go. It's 20-1 on these older bikes. So that's 25. I'm going to go to 25 because I want it to be a little richer. Right, it's time. Let's give this a test outside. I've checked all the pipes, I've checked all the things, everything is on. So let's see if she starts. So we'll climb it up first a little bit. Right, we're going to try and set the idling